Now, look, not that I don't appreciate the fact that, like, you're cuddled into my shoulder and I can hold on to you and all that kind of lovey-dovey romantic stuff, but are you sure you want me to be the person to talk you through a thunderstorm? Well, because we don't see eye to eye remotely on this. I am absolutely tickled pink by thunderstorms, and you think they're like the worst things in his existence. So, you know, you're going to be the one burrowing into me at any little thing, and I'll just kind of be like, eh. And then you'll be like, how are you not scared? And I'm going to be like, eh. Well, I'm sorry, I grew up with these. Thunderstorms and the rumble and all that's just it's just a reality of my life. Now, I will say, if it does make you feel better, let's try this. I will say that one of my favorite memories was sitting on a back porch with some friends of mine. And we had sunflower seeds and lemonade. And we would just sit in the back porch, covered from all the bugs and all the rain and everything, and would just watch the storm come and rumble by. And it was always a really entertaining experience. Maybe you need something like that. I grew up in the country, okay? Sunflower seeds and lemonade in the summer is just sort of a thing. Does that sound all right to you? Well, I hope it sounds all right to you, because I'm now in the mood to have sunflower seeds, and I'm pretty sure I've got a bag back in somewhere in a drawer. So, you sit tight. No, sit tight. It's not going to be here anytime soon, sweetheart, I promise, okay? You sit tight. I'm going to grab a few amenities, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back, I promise. Alright, so when I said a glass, I clearly meant a pitcher. And when I said sunflower seeds, I clearly meant the bag. No. The bowl is not meant for you to put a portion of sunflower seeds into. The bowl is for the shell. There's going to be a lot of shells. I mean, we're not spinning it out on this porch. We're not spinning it out on this porch. This will be hell to clean up later. So, while you were out here enjoying nature and surely not thinking about what's going to be coming over here anytime soon, right? Oh, yeah, so convincing. I completely believe you. I was checking out the radar, and it actually should be arriving in the next couple of minutes or so. Yes. Yes, I did. I know. Look, I decided I was going to make like a glass, and then I thought, well, what if we want more? And then I just kind of thought, well, screw it. I'll just make a pitcher of lemonade. So then I started making a pitcher of lemonade, and then it was like a rumble of thunder. And I was like, oh, man, she's so courageous for not saying anything or doing anything. And now I realize that the blanket that was on the back of this is actually like wrapped entirely around you. So much for that thought. All right, okay. Here, let me just set this here. Open up an arm right here. Come on, settle yourself right here. I got you. All right. So, how can I make this easier on you? Talk about growing up with these. Okay. So, actually, I had to learn to fall in love with thunderstorms, if you can believe that. So when I was a little kid, I grew up in a portion of the country. It's not where we are right now, obviously, but I grew up in the middle of the United States, right? In the middle of the United States, everybody calls it the heartland, but if you live in the middle of the United States, what you actually call it is Tornado Alley. It's the whole stretch from the Dakotas down in Nebraska and Kansas, and it basically goes all the way into Texas. That whole area of the country is nothing but flat, dry land. And what happens is the cold air that comes off the Rockies comes over that land, right? But then warm air comes off of the Gulf and collides with that air. The combination of warm and cold, it's the perfect ingredient needed to make thunderstorms. Don't look at me like that. I just gave you a science lesson. I gave you the most basic science lesson explanation for this, and you're grinning at me like I'm a nerd. I'm catching you up, okay? So anyway, when that warm and cold air element meets, it always meets in Tornado Alley. That's why you always hear about big thunderstorms in Kansas and Missouri and Nebraska and all those places. So, don't think I don't see how you're grinning at me right now. I'm ignoring you. So, we got thunderstorms all the time. Thunderstorms are just everywhere in that part of the country. And it doesn't always mean tornadoes. But I didn't get that when I was a kid. I just thought that because you lived in that area, you were perpetually under a tornado watch. That's different from a tornado warning. No. Okay. No, tornado watch does not mean watch as it comes and destroy your house. And no, tornado warning does not mean warning a tornado might be nearby, and watch means watch as it comes and destroys your house. That's completely backwards. Tornado watch means they're watching the sky. Tornado warning means warning. There's an actual tornado out and about. You're hilarious. Okay, anyway. So I didn't realize those were that you could have days without watches. So I just thought every day was, so I'd wake up and the first thing I would do, I wouldn't, say good morning to any of my family members. I would find my mom or my dad and be like, is there a tornado watch out today? I was petrified of storms. And really I had to have a couple of experiences. I had to go through a few, what they call severe thunderstorms, which is sometimes where the tornadoes come from. I had to go through a few of those and experience what those were like. And then as I got older, I realized that there was just this beautiful simplicity in storms. And really, if you think about it, a storm is always talking to you. Don't look at me like that. Look, just let me wax poetic about nature for a second, okay? A storm is always talking to you. Now, there's degrees of intensity inside of a storm. You can have the light rain and then the heavy rain and then the hail, and the hail is usually, your warning, that a tornado could be nearby. Or it could be something as simple as you just have a lightning storm that night. Or maybe you don't hear any thunder for a while. I mean, like right now, right? Like right now. The storm is talking to us. It's telling us it's getting closer. That whole, when you hear, when you see lightning, and then you count, and thunder claps, and that's how many miles the storm is away from you. That's an actual thing. It is. It's a real thing. We could even do it here if we wanted to, but that's the way the storm is talking to you, and how windy it gets, or the way that cloud movement and stuff like that. Meteorologists talk about this type of stuff all the time. Storms are always talking. So we always have a pretty good indication of what exactly is coming, when, and where. How is this supposed to help you get over your fear of thunderstorms? Well, look, you might have experienced plenty of thunderstorms on your own and thought they were terrible, but you haven't experienced a thunderstorm until you've experienced it with me. Because now we're sitting here on my back porch with some lemonade and some sunflower seeds. You got a blanket covering you, which who knows why, because it's the middle of July. And there's a storm that's coming in, and I'm waxing poetic. And a few rumbles have happened, and you've not done a thing. See, really, sweetheart, what I think you need more than anything else, I think you just need to experience a thunderstorm with someone who loves them. And experience them a couple more times. And then a couple more times after that. Because in that way, maybe you can learn to appreciate them a little bit better. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Look, if it gets to be bad enough, we can go inside and cuddle on the couch or something. Whatever it will take to get you calmed down. But I promise it's going to be okay. This isn't even supposed to be a bad one. Okay, this is just going to be a real simple thunderstorm. It's just going to have a few little blotches of thunder here. And maybe they'll get loud. Maybe they don't. I don't know. But it's going to be fine. I promise you it's going to be fine. Because I just looked at the radar before I stepped outside. I promise you it'll be fine. You want me to pull my phone out right now? Alright, fine. I'll pull the weather app right now. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to you that things are still fine. The storm is proving to you that things are still fine. And you are just being paranoid at this point. No, I will not hear it. You are intentionally being difficult. There we go. See? Now, if you want something that'll really, make you pause, you actually want to look, way up north here. You're thinking the storm's going to be something like this. And this is what it actually looks like. See the difference? A lot more greens, some more yellows, a lot less reds. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So don't worry about it. It's just rumbling on by to say hi. The sun is setting, which is really good because then that means all the heat's going to escape and it's not even going to intensify or anything like that nearby. And I like to think this is the best part, you've got an open side to curl into. Come on. You're all the way over. What are you doing all the way over there? Come all the way over here. I promise I won't get sunflower seeds in your hair. You want some lemonade? Alright. So we'll just amble on by and tell mindless stories or just relax, and it'll just come and pass us by and we'll just wave at it with a little salute of lemonade, eh? Not every first attempt is perfect. But trust me, in the good old summertime, we're going to have a lot of practice with this.